2026 isn't just another year for K-dramas, it's a year of returns. Stories that shook us, characters we cried for, cliffhangers that refused to leave our minds. Now they're finally coming back. From zombie nightmares to courtroom brilliance, from vigilante taxi justice to supernatural judges, the sequel era has arrived, bigger, darker, and far more emotional. Today, we count down the most anticipated Korean dramas returning for a second season in 2026. The series that fans around the world have been waiting years to see continue. All of Us Are Dead Season 2. The outbreak wasn't the end, it was the beginning. When All of Us Are Dead premiered in 2022, it took over the world, a storm of fear, adrenaline, teenage heartbreak, and viral dread. Over 560 million viewing hours in its first month cemented it as one of Netflix's most successful non-English series ever. Season 1 was brutal, unforgiving, emotionally devastating. It wasn't just a zombie story, it was a human story trapped inside a nightmare. The finale delivered two unforgettable moments. Chungsan's sacrifice, a scene that left the world crying, Namra's transformation, choosing isolation as a half-zombie, half-human anomaly. Those final seconds didn't end the story. They ignited a new one. Season 2, currently in production, since 2025, brings back Park Ji-hoo as Nam Won-jo-yoon, Chan Young as Lee Chung-san, Cho Yi-hyun as Namra Lohman as Lee Soo-hyuk. The stakes escalate dramatically as a new wave of infection hits Seoul. Namra struggles with her identity at university. Survivors are forced to confront old horrors in new forms. New cast members join, including Lee Min-jae, Kim Se-yeon, and Ro Jung-woo. Season 2 will expand the world beyond Hyosan High School, showing how governments, military forces, and civilians react when the virus evolves into something unpredictable and far deadlier. This isn't a survival story anymore. It's a war story. And the teenagers who once fled for their lives must now choose whether to run or fight back. With a release set for 2026, the anticipation is higher than ever because fans know one truth. In this world, no one is safe, and no story ends cleanly. Moving, Season 2. Superpowers may make you strong, but family is what keeps you alive. Moving didn't just succeed, it dominated. With its breathtaking action, emotional storytelling, and unforgettable ensemble cast, the series became one of Disney Plus's biggest global hits in 2023. Season 1 gave us a world where extraordinary powers weren't blessings, they were burdens. High school students hiding abilities they barely understood. Parents with secret pasts soaked in danger and sacrifice, and a political landscape ready to exploit anyone with power. The finale left fans in shock and awe, setting up threads that demanded continuation. Now, Season 2 is officially in production, confirmed in April 2025. Expected return of major characters Ryu Sung-ryong as Jang Ju-won, Go Yeon-jung as Jang Hoi-soo. The story picks up immediately after Season 1. New enemies and government forces emerge, targeting powered families. While details remain tightly guarded, one thing is certain, Season 2 will go bigger, emotionally and thematically. The upcoming storyline explores the consequences of exposing superpowered individuals, the next generation learning to control their evolving abilities, the scars left by past missions resurfacing, how far governments will go to weaponize gifted citizens. But at its core, Moving has always been about something deeper than superpowers. It's about parents protecting children, children inheriting legacies they never asked for, and families standing together when the world turns against them. Season 2, arriving in 2026, is poised to be even more explosive, not just in battles, but in heart. A Shop for Killers Season 2. The shop hides weapons. The truth hides something far deadlier. Few series in recent years have blended mystery, action, and dark humor as effortlessly as A Shop for Killers. Season 1 felt like a labyrinth, every episode revealing a deeper, darker layer behind the seemingly ordinary shopping mall that Jung Jin inherits from her enigmatic uncle, Jin Man. Kim Hae-jun's performance as Jin was electrifying, raw, vulnerable, and resilient, as she faced waves of assassins who seemed to know more about her uncle's past than she ever did. And just when viewers thought they understood the game, the final twist shattered it all. Jin Man is still alive. That single revelation flipped the entire story upside down. Season 2 now stands as one of the most anticipated continuations because both Lee Dong-wook and Kim Hae-jun return. Filming officially began in August 2025. The story will dive into the aftermath of the Season 1 massacre. More assassins, more secrets, and more revelations await. But the biggest question is this. Why did Jinman fake his death, and who was he really protecting? Season 2 promises to expand the mythology behind the assassin network, expose new factions, and peel back the emotional layers of Jinman's relationship with Jin. This is no longer just about survival. It's about truth, and the price one must pay to uncover it. With the series set to air on Disney Plus in 2026, fans are already counting down, eager to unlock the doors of the shop once more. Bloodhounds Season 2. If Season 1 was about survival, Season 2 is about war. Bloodhounds exploded onto screens with brutal realism, emotional sincerity, and some of the best hand-to-hand combat choreography in modern K-dramas. At the heart of it were two young boxers, Gunwoo, brave, loyal, impossibly earnest. Woojin, charismatic, quick-witted, fiercely protective. Season 1 followed their descent into the violent world of loan sharks, a criminal underworld that tore families apart and left innocent victims broken. When Gunwoo's mother was attacked, the story shifted from struggle to vengeance, culminating in the dismantling of a powerful loan shark empire. But victory always has consequences. Season 2 throws the duo into a deadlier, more merciless world, a global underground boxing league ruled by the terrifying Baekjeong, played by Yute. This villain isn't just powerful, he's strategic, influential, obsessed with drawing Gunwoo and Woojin into his empire, even if it means forcing them into a fight they never wanted. Both lead actors return, and filming is already underway, with a release planned for 2026. If Season 1 was a fight for justice, Season 2 is a fight for identity, for survival, for freedom. The punches will land harder, the stakes will reach higher, and the brotherhood between Gunwoo and Woojin will be tested like never before. Reborn Rich Season 2. New faces, new power games, same irresistible world of revenge and ambition. Reborn Rich took 2022 by storm. With its time travel twist, ruthless corporate battles, and Song Joong-ki's dual performance, it became one of the most addictive K-dramas of the year. A story about rebirth, revenge, and rewriting one's destiny. But Season 2 comes with a dramatic shift. Season 1 followed Yoon Woo, the loyal secretary murdered by the Sunyang family, only to be reincarnated as Jin Do-jun, the youngest son of that same dynasty. The finale left viewers speechless, mixing the present timeline with the past and ending with both closure and possibility. Now, Season 2 is expanding the universe and changing everything. Song Joong-ki will not return. The story shifts away from the original family and into a global corporate battlefield. New characters take the lead. The tone promises to be more international, more political, and even more intense. The decision comes after mixed reactions to Song Joong-ki's recent projects, including the underperformance of Bogota, City of the Lost, prompting producers to pivot into a fresh direction. Filming began in 2025, with release set for 2026. Season 2 won't repeat the past. It will reinvent it, expanding the themes of greed, loyalty, and second chances into a worldwide game where fortunes and futures are always one decision away from collapsing. The Sunyang world may look different, but the fire that made it compelling remains. Extraordinary Attorney Woo, Season 2. The world saw her brilliance, but in Season 2, we may finally understand her heart. Few dramas have touched audiences the way Extraordinary Attorney Woo did. It wasn't just a courtroom series, it was a phenomenon. A story that blended law, empathy, vulnerability, and genius into a single, unforgettable character, Woo Young-woo, played by the extraordinary Park Hun-bin. Season 1 gave us a fresh perspective on intelligence and neurodiversity. Young-woo, with her photographic memory, whale-infused metaphors, and gentle resilience, solved cases in ways no one else could, not by overpowering others, but by seeing truths hidden between the lines. Her struggles felt real, her victories felt earned, and her kindness changed not just her clients, but her colleagues, and millions watching around the world. Season 1 ended with two things fans could not stop talking about. Young-woo securing her first full-time position at the law firm, a milestone that symbolized far more than a job. It was acceptance, recognition, and hope. Her romance with Lee Jin-ho, soft, tender, and beautifully awkward, left in a space that begged for growth, healing, and closure. Season 2 is now officially in early production, with Park Eun-bin returning as Woo Young-woo, Kang Tae-oh also returning after military service. Filming beginning this year. Release date expected 2026. This new season promises deeper legal challenges, more emotional growth, and a closer look at how love, independence, and identity intersect in Young-woo's life. Season 1 captured hearts. Season 2 might break them, in the best, most meaningful way. Judge from Hell. Season 2. When the law has limits, a devil must finish the job. Judge from Hell is the kind of drama that burrows under your skin, beautifully unsettling, morally challenging, and addictively unpredictable. At the center of it all is Kang Bitna, played with chilling precision by Park Shin-hye, a judge possessed by the demon Justitia, bound to a mission that transcends the boundaries of human law. Season 1 captured audiences with its genre blend, part supernatural thriller, part court drama, part psychological descent. The finale delivered an impossible choice: send 10 more sinners to hell, or return permanently to the underworld. Instead, Bitna made the choice neither side expected. She remained in the human world, not free, but defiant, as if daring the forces controlling her to try again. The ambiguity of her choice fueled endless theories. Is she trying to reclaim her humanity? Is the demon influencing her decisions more than she realizes, or worse, is she slowly losing herself? Season 2 confirms. Park Shin-hye returns as the judge walking between two worlds. Returning characters will confront her growing powers. New villains and corrupted cases will push her morality further than ever. Lucifer's mysterious offer may return or evolve into something more dangerous. The tension now isn't only external, it's internal. A war between Bitna's deeply human compassion and the demonic hunger whispering in her mind. Season 2 promises to be darker, smarter, more morally twisted, and far more personal. Because this time, the judge isn't just punishing evil, she's fighting to keep her soul. Taxi Driver, Season 3. Because when justice collapses, someone has to rebuild it. There are revenge dramas, and then there is Taxi Driver, a series that tapped into a truth rarely spoken aloud. Sometimes justice needs a darker path. Season after season, Kim Do-gi, played brilliantly by Lee Ja-hoon, has become one of the most unforgettable anti-heroes in Korean television. A man forged by tragedy, tempered by discipline, and driven by a mission that no courtroom can carry. Season 3 promises to be the most dangerous ride yet. The Rainbow Taxi crew returns in full force. Lee Ja-hoon as the unstoppable Do-gi, Kim Oi-sung as the morally ambiguous CEO, Pyo Ye-jin as the brilliant hacker Goen Jang-hyuk-jin, and Bae Yu-ram as the mechanics who provide both brains and humor. And joining them is Hong Kong star Eden Louis, whose casting alone has stirred international curiosity, signaling that Season 3 may expand beyond Korea into cross-border crime. Season 3 will air in late 2025 on VU, with the story aiming to be bigger, darker, and more dangerous. This time, the villains won't be easily exposed. They'll be richer, smarter, and far more vicious. The Rainbow Taxi service isn't just punishing criminals anymore. They're facing a system learning to adapt, evolve, and strike back. Kim Do-gi's journey has always walked a thin line between justice and vengeance, but in Season 3, that line threatens to disappear entirely. Flex X Cop Season 2. A privileged heir who never asked to be a detective, but now can't imagine being anything else. Flex X Cop didn't just entertain, it surprised. What began as a polished, stylish crime comedy slowly transformed into something unexpectedly emotional, delivering a character arc richer than anyone expected. Season 1 introduced us to Jin Yi-soo, the wealthy chaebol heir who lived off confidence, charisma, and his family's bottomless bank account. He was reckless, charming, a little spoiled, the kind of man who looked like he'd never worked a day in his life. But everything changed when he stepped into the violent crime unit. Detective Lee Gang-hyun became both his partner and his grounding force. With her discipline, grit, and no-nonsense personality, she pushed Yi-soo into becoming someone better, someone useful. Their dynamic was electric, a mix of tension, teamwork, and unexpected tenderness. And then came the finale. The truth Yi-soo uncovered was something no one saw coming, and something no one would wish on him. His own stepbrother, Jin Sung-ju, murdered his parents, for power, for ambition, for a future he wanted to steal. Yisu's world collapsed in a single moment. The empire he was born into suddenly felt like a lie. The family honor he grew up hearing about became a weapon stained with blood, and the only place that felt real anymore? The detective squad room. The only space where he could stand on his own merits. Season 2 brings big changes. An Bo-hyun returns as Yisu, ready for a darker, more serious arc. Park Jun will not return, a loss fans deeply felt. New characters are being recruited to shift the team dynamic. Filming begins early 2026. This season is no longer about a rich kid learning how to be a detective. It's about a detective learning how to be himself, without the shield of privilege, without the illusion of family, and without the partner who defined his journey. Season 2 is shaping up to be more emotional, more complex, and far more intense. Season 2? A school where grades don't define you, survival does. Study Group is not your typical school drama. From the very beginning, it flipped the genre upside down, giving us a world where classrooms feel like battlegrounds and students fight not for popularity, but for survival. Season 1 introduced us to Yoon Ga-min, a boy with a dream that felt almost impossible, entering university, despite being trapped in a violent school ruled by bullies, gangs, and corrupted power. Forming a study group wasn't just about grades. It was about hope, solidarity, and defying a system built to crush them. And then came the cliffhanger. The showdown with Pyo Han-wol, the top student, the son of a gang boss, and a terrifying reminder that fate can be cruel, left fans breathless. The final scene wasn't just a fight, it was a promise that Ga-min's journey was far from over. Season 2 now picks up that promise. Confirmed details reveal, Won Min-hyun returns as Ga-min. Filming begins after his military discharge, December 20, 2025. Other cast members remain unconfirmed, heightening the mystery and fan theories. Season 2 is set to amplify everything: the action, the tension, the emotional stakes. If Season 1 was about awakening, Season 2 will be about uprising.